Ohio gozaimasu. Watashi wa Ren desu. How is everyone doing today? I am your host, Renaissance Vulpine, and I think I have found a way to hopefully mitigate the sonic damage. Because there's sonic damage. It cannot be denied. Okay, if I do this, and then I go to there's Steam. Then go. Where's Sanic? There's Sanic. Alright, Sonic, I did all the preamble that you usually beg me to do for some fucking reason.
Hello.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am cute.
Like always.
Yes. It's a full-time job. Why is that in my head? So what I think is happening is that because for some reason my computer is extra dumb, and for some godforsaken reason it likes to not immediately connect my second internal hard drive. I'm going to move everything that isn't explicitly the games to the main hard drive. That
Fair
way,
enough.
any Steam runtime stuff goes to the main hard drive.
Fair enough. Hello, Blue.
How you
Hello.
doing, Blue?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm cute. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm honestly surprised we have internet right now. That's not a joke. So there's construction happening next door. This is mildly important for the purposes of me being surprised we have interwebs. And it's
Okay, I can hear you
because...
again.
What?
I said, hang on, my battery's died.
Oh.
I can hear you again now.
Okay, good. Anywho, the people who were doing the construction came up to us and were like, yeah, the internet cables are in the way. So,
Oh no.
could you please talk to your internet provider to tell them to send someone to move them? And after slamming our head against the wall, known as 20 different AIs trying to be like, well, how can we help you? We eventually got to a person.
And they helped you immediately?
No.
And he said, and we told him, so there's construction happening next door, and they want you guys to send someone over so that you can move the wires so that they don't have to cut the wires. And they went, yeah, we're gonna charge you for that. But if they cut the wires, we won't charge you for it. What the fuck? Under what circumstances does that function?
I'm upset by it because it's like.
Go
yeah,
on.
no, makes sense.
Wait,
I'd also be upset.
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. It's like it's not our doing. Like, it's not like we want the wires moved. It's like if we don't move it, it'll be cut, and we need our internet.
Yep.
But no, he said if they get cut, then you'll get, like, they won't charge you. Fine. So we told them they're allowed to cut it,
Yeah.
and surprisingly, they haven't cut it yet.
I struggle to go to sleep. You know how I am. I sleep in the mornings, wake up in the evenings, then start streaming after doing a bit of a daily routine.
Yep.
Right? So, woke up, the internet's still up. Asked the wife, did the internet ever go down? Was given, no, never went down. Oh.
Oh, also hi
Oh,
Foxtrot. Sorry.
Yeah, hi.
you guys want to see my new goober?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I'll just stream it a second because I know Ren's about to stream.
Oh, I'm already live.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Oh, give me a moment. Sorry, I'm eating a burrito and it's messy.
Fair.
A burrito.
Yee. Well, while we wait on Sonic, I'm gonna launch Art's program.
Fair enough.
Let's see your goober.
There's Ren's stream. I shall bring it up. Oh, your character's all over the place on your screen, on your stream, Ren.
I'm aware.
What?
Our Fugi's all over the place.
I'm trying to do. I'm doing
Oh.
an art while we wait on Sonic to Sonic. Flip.
Like my orb.
Hold on. Going. Oh my lord, your orb.
Where's the orb?
I'm writing it.
Yeah, he's writing it.
Oh!
Orb.
That is indeed an orb.
It's about rocks. Look at all these goobers.
I see that.
Amazing.
Kind of cute.
Yee. Anywho, the group chat today made me laugh because apparently a German man tried to sue the taqueria. And it was because he put hot sauce on his taco, and bitch couldn't handle his hot sauce. And he's like, it was too hot. It's like, okay, first and foremost, because I know that someone in the chat said, bro asked for the spicy thing. Why is it spicy? No, it's worse because he didn't even ask for the spicy thing. He asked for a taco, which by itself isn't spicy. Some of them are, granted. But the thing he asked for, the thing he added, that was entirely his choice. He chose to add the salsa.
He should have tried it first.
Yeah. If they had tortilla chips and if they had tortilla chips, that could have been so easily prevented. But no, he just went ham. Which, you know what?
Okay.
I appreciate the moxie, but you're stupid.
I like the part where it's like it gave him a allergic reaction. It's like if you have an allergic reaction, maybe you shouldn't just eat random shit you find sitting on the table.
Oh, it was that it gave him an allergic reaction?
So
He
says that the spice made his tongue come out in basically like burn marks and stuff and all that.
That could just be too much capsaicin for him to handle.
And then he said that like he essentially had an allergic reaction because it was like irritating his skin.
That's just capsaicin.
It's like, sir, maybe you shouldn't just eat random shit you find sitting on a table.
Like, here's the thing, right? Here's what I will say. That because he just described capsaicin, which salsa has in spades, depending on how it's made. Some of it has no chili, some of it has a lot of chili, but it was salsa verde that was definitely made with chili. But like, you can't just sue someone because you put something on your food. You know?
I don't know. I think I have to ask the Magic 8 Ball to see what it thinks before I do anything.
Oh god, the fucking magic 8 ball. You want to talk about that, Blue, or
Yeah, sure. Seeing as I'm the one who found it.
yeah,
So apparently we got a update with the Subnautica 2 lawsuit. So for context, the guys who made Subnautica 2 signed on with a publisher this time so the guys who made the first game, they signed on with a publisher this time around. What are they fucking called? Crafton.
yeah.
Anyway, Crafton promised them like a 20 million bonus if they were able to get the game out in a working state. I think it was this year, essentially, which they were on track to do. Like, by the sounds of it, they were like ready. Like, the beta came out at Christmas last year, and basically, it sounds like the game itself is like ready to go. Crafton then let off all the lead teams, so the three guys who were behind the first game, like the main developer guys. They fired all three of them, claiming that they weren't working like they were meant to, because they're like, well, the game's done, so let's go work on our own. Let's go work on our own projects now. In the meantime, so Crafton was like, they're not working on Subnautica 2. We're gonna fire them, which basically lined up to the fact that like, oh, so you're firing them so you don't have to pay the 20 million bonus, essentially. Like that's what everyone is.
Like, here's the thing, right? If I had just heard they're not working on the thing they said they were going to be working on, I too would be justifying the firing. But hearing that, oh no, we had already finished Subnautica 2, so we started working on our own personal projects, I can no longer justify the firing. Because it's like, I hired you to do a job, and you're not doing that job, you're fired. That makes sense. But it's like, we already finished that job. You can't fire them then, because they already did what they said, what you asked them to do. Fuck you.
Yeah, so everyone rightfully came to the conclusion that, corporation was trying to get out of paying their workers. Story as old as time.
Yeah.
Anyway, it got revealed in the court case because, obviously they're counter-suing Crafton for a fucking wrongful termination and basically stealing their IP. That one of the reasons why Crafton came to the decision of firing them was that they asked their Magic 8 Ball, and the Magic 8 Ball told them they should get fired, aka ChatGPT. They literally asked an AI, and the AI said, you should fire these people so you don't have to pay them.
Sonic's here.
Yay, Sonic.
Saving document. Close the art program, just in case that ends up being too much of a strain. Regular stream.
The good news is, basically the developers won the court case, so they've been rehired. I don't know if all three of them got rehired on. I know that the CEO himself, like the guy from the last game, has been rehired on. I didn't hear anything about the other two, so they either took a different deal or they've also been hired on.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he's back. They now have up to, I think it's 2028 to be able to release Subnautica 2 to get their 20 million bonus. So, a game that was going to come out this year now has an extra 2 years before they have to release it for a bonus. So,
yeah.
Who knows? They might just release it on time anyway, or they might spend another 2 years to make it even better. We'll see, I guess. But more importantly, it seems that they might have the rights to the actual game back from Crafton, because that was part of the publishing deal that they signed off the rights to Subnautica. So, if in the far off future we get a Subnautica 3, it's not going to be just like, Crafton hired a different team to make it. It'll be the same team, and probably won't be under Crafton, I imagine.
Not after that fucking fiasco.
It's not our fault we wrongfully broke a contract and terminated our employees. We asked the Magic 8 Ball and it said that it was a good idea. We can't think for ourselves.
Honestly, I hate the amounts of people who have, for lack of better term, offshore their fucking thinking to AIs. Like, I'm not one of those people who AI, like just blatantly blanket statement AI bad, right? But with the amounts of people who just, oh yeah, the AI said so, therefore. I kind of make it a point to not use an AI because apparently that makes for a bunch of people just not using their brains.
So I won't say my hands are completely clean. I've used ChatGPT when it first started coming out to be like, oh, this is like an idea tool. Let's see if it gives me like good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But I quickly realized no matter what prompt I gave it, it would give me the same, like, 8 answers over and over again, just in like a different, like, slightly different skin, and I was just like, this isn't actually helping me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think the issue is that too many people, like I said, offshored their ability to think to an outside thing, and people are genuinely getting dumber because of it.
There you run.
Oh, right. Look, I am trying to lower the amount of strain on my computer.
Fair enough. But you should have said something.
What happened?
He's not giving us co-host privileges.
She wants me to run 3 streams at a time.
You didn't have to.
Yeah. Might be better for your computer not to run it. My stomach crushing.
I have your stream currently muted, so I was like, when's the game starting? I didn't know you were actually playing.
I'll admit to this, like, when I was doing the world map for, like, our game, I was starting to struggle coming up with, like, unique names for all the, like, places in the world. So I was like, fuck it, let's just, like, see what ChatGPT might come up with for, like, a location. And the first time I did it, it was like, give me a name for, like, a dragon lair, for example. It was like, here's some names, and I was like, oh, these are pretty good, I guess. Then I asked for, like, what's, like, the name for, like, this kind of dungeon, for example. And it basically spewed out the exact same name, just in, like, a different order. And I was like, oh, okay, this is useless.
Mm. I know there was one time where I wanted to draw, like, a bunch of monsters, and I'm like, I realize I don't know that many monsters, so I asked it to, like, give me a bunch of monsters, and it kept on repeating some of the same monsters, so I was just like, okay, well, you're useless.
Here's what I'll recommend if you're in the market for, like, having trouble thinking of ideas. Go find one of the, like, hundreds of random generated, like, idea things. Like, if you're like, what's an idea for a planet name? Go look up a generator that just generates random fucking planet names, because it's a lot better for coming up with actual ideas than fucking ChatGPT is, and 2, it doesn't cost like 50 billion liters of water to run it.
So, I'll admit my ignorance in that, but, like, yes, I know it costs a fuck ton of water to run it because, well, fucking, obviously they're using liquid cooling because otherwise that shit would easily overheat. But aren't they, like, recycling water into that same system, or?
No.
No.
So, how essentially it works is every time you ask ChatGPT a prompt, I think it's something like a bottle of water essentially is used to cool its system just to come up with that prompt. And because so many people are using it, you're essentially going through, like, I think the last estimate I saw was like 50 gallons of water for a data center. that you are actively destroying the environment every time you ask it a question.
Lamau. That sucks. The reason I said Lamau isn't because, like, the planet is dying. It's the irony of the planet is dying when it's, like, I know the kind of people who are making us, who are creating this system that is destroying the planet are also the people who are like, yes, we flew our private jets so that we could go and tell you, so that we could go to a meeting where we tell all of you plebeians to please save the planet so that we don't have to stop our luxurious life. Please stop using cars so that we can keep using our private planes. It's one of that's the Lamau. It's the irony of it. It's not the. It's funny.
I mean, I agree. It's a bit hard to like listen to Jeff Bezos be like, please be better on the environment and stop using like plastic straws and shit. But you know, he's literally been to space, which is probably the most taxing thing you can do to the planet.
Right.
Like like his one trip to space probably is the same amount of waste in the environment that it costs like to run an entire country for a year.
I think the most annoying thing about like more current trips to space, as opposed to like actual trips to space, is just the fact that it is a vanity thing now. Because before, I could justify it being like, yes, we're gonna go discover like rare minerals on the moon or wherever the fuck. But nowadays, just I'm just doing it to fucking say I did.
Well, I mean,
that's not useful. That's not useful at all.
That's why NASA literally updated what being an astronaut was. Because, you know, these people aren't astronauts, they're passengers. You don't get to call yourself a sailor because you bought a ticket to sit on a boat and went across the lake. You're not a sailor, you're a passenger. So now, astronaut, you can't call yourself an astronaut just because you sat in a spaceship and went to space. You actually have to be involved in the process directly.
What I will say about a fucking normie. Well, I'm calling him a normie, but he obviously isn't. Like, what I will say about like a normie like Jeff Bezos going to space, there is a semi-silver lining to that, and it's that it shows us that the extreme extraneous circumstances that like they test astronauts for going into space, like, so that you don't just knock out because you were fighting the G-forces. They're more achievable to the fucking common man than we thought.
I mean, I think it's just because technology has gotten better, so we can cushion the blow of it now. Where back in the day, you need to be like the best of the best.
Fair enough, but I will say that that is technically a positive.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's just that, you know, it's still shitty, like, when someone who is clearly a piece of shit is like, you guys should stop being pieces of shit. Excuse you, who the fuck are you to tell me that?
I mean, the Facebook link basically explained it, like, you know, the whole verification type bullshit is because fucking Facebook isn't able to sell things to people anymore.
Yeah.
Facebook shows that, like, all from the fucking assholes, and you should all get launched into the sun.
At night, so that they won't burn too hard. I say that as a joke, but I know that someone is stupid enough to ask ChatGPT and believe it.
We can't tell who's human and who's AI anymore, so we need you to verify your information online so we can tell you're a real person. So we can sell stuff to you.
Yeah, so I'm the one who basically found the video on that, but yeah, apparently the reason that they're pushing age verification so hard is that they just can't tell who's human anymore.
You know, it does make a lot of sense that that's the reason. It's like, I'm surprised I didn't think of that as like a conspiracy theory thing.
I know, I can't believe my tinfoil hat wasn't on that tight.
Like, that feels like something that was so obvious, and I'm like, man, I suppose I didn't just say that as like a tinfoil hat thing that I normally say.
Or as a joke,
It literally makes sense. Like, it makes sense. They wanted to make sure you're a person because they want to make sure they're actually selling it to a person and not an AI.
We get to see your specs, apparently.
Yup. So now if I go, oh no, my game is crashing, you all get to yell at me about what the fuck went wrong.
Fair enough.
Flying underground.
Sonic, why are you going sideways on that?
What? Okay.
What?
So part of No Man's Sky is that when you get to a planet, you can go around and scan all the like life forms there, and then if you get them all, you can turn them in for money, essentially, like in-game currency. Anyway, the game gives you hints of like where you can find certain creatures, where it's like, oh, this one flies, this one lives on the ocean, this one lives on the ground, right?
Yeah.
One of the creatures I was looking for is claimed as it's always active and lives on the ground, and I just found it wandering around the surface. Like he was just hanging out, so I was just like, okay. Saves me having to go on the ground to find you, but pretty sure this isn't on the ground.
Don't worry. It's just Minecraft. Someone put a very, very tall ceiling block. Nah, I wouldn't say it's stick drift. I'm gonna blame something else, but I don't assume it to be stick drift. Oh, apparently in the Big Apple, New York, apparently they were since they are flooded with immigrants from literally fucking everywhere, and those immigrants aren't trying to, you know, become part of that society and are forming their own enclaves. Apparently, they tried to ban dogs as pets.
What?
Yeah, it's a religious thing. Apparently, the Muslims think dogs are unclean. So they tried to ban dogs as pets. They were promptly told, fuck you.
Good.
Well, you gotta go after the boofers, my man.
Yeah.
And, the wife and I had a funny little discussion about, like, dogs and cats and pets, because I'm a dog person, she's a cat person, and she's like, I don't think we would be in a relationship if I held that fucked of a stance on dogs. I'm like, yeah.
Yep, the square cyclone.
Yes, the square cyclone. It goes in a square.
If it works, it works.
Yup.
Apparently, if you struggle too hard with climbing a tower, putting it on easy also helps.
How?
It probably actually has
More
Check
safety rails.
yeah.
Or it removes some obstacles.
As someone who is also a cat person, I fundamentally believe that if you look at basically any pet and have like an actual repulse to that animal, there's something wrong with you. Like, you can have a preference and be like, oh, I don't really like cats. I prefer cats over dogs or whatever. But if you like look at a cat or a dog and you're
Woo!
like, fuck that animal, there's something wrong with you.
Yep.
Honestly, ooh, sorry.
Dogs
Like,
are
the only-
uncool and let's get rid of them completely.
The only pets that I would
something
probably,
there's
the
something
only pet-
actively
the only pet that I'd probably struggle with is, so I don't think I would struggle with reptiles that much. Like, I probably wouldn't be like, I'm not gonna touch it, right? But having them in the house, I probably wouldn't mind. I think it's insects that I would be bothered by. But I mean, that one.
That one has
I'm not-
lore.
Well,
Okay, here's my thing though, what I meant by that. You have a preference that you wouldn't have an insect as a pet, but you wouldn't go to someone else's house and be like, you're not allowed to have that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna like basically
That's
say.
what I'm, if you're actively like, how dare you have an animal? There's something actively wrong with you. I feel like actively oppose someone else having an animal. Now,
Honest-
granted, if it is like a really weird animal, like let's say someone has a pet fucking tiger, where it's like not a pet.
Like, here's
I
the
can see
thing,
you
right?
You can argue it for a moral thing because that animal should not be in someone's house.
I would argue for a safety thing, because that animal should not be in someone's care.
Yeah, like there's obviously exceptions to it that I'll give. But you know,
So that is a 20-pound killing machine. That is nothing but pure muscle. Why?
yeah. If you see someone walking down the road with a fucking dog, and you're like, ah, disgusting. This thing must be killed.
Yeah, basically.
I think there's something actively wrong with you as a person. Like animals have been literally our best friends since the dawn of time. And
Like-
your like idea of seeing one is like we must remove this thing from existence.
Like, here's the thing, right? Dogs have helped man for such a long time that the very thought of just... We're not gonna coexist with the animal that made us one of the apex predators because they helped with the hunt. It's really weird.
That's fair, Foxtrot.
What happened?
He said the only pet he might have a problem with is a rat or a mouse due to how common the wild ones are with them.
Fair.
And that's fair.
So my take on that is the same as like a rabbit, for example, where there is a very big difference between a wild rabbit and a like domesticated one. Like rats and rabbits and stuff, when they live in your house, are basically biologically different. It's not like a pig where if you release a pig, it just immediately becomes a hog again. The second it's like in the wild.
I fucking heard about that. I'm like, that's fake, right? And I was like, no. Oh. Okay.
Literally, there was no difference between a pig and a wild hog or boar, I should say. They're literally the same creature down to a T.
Wow.
The second you take a pig out of like its pen and put it in the wild, it'll just turn back into a boar.
They are only momentarily domesticated while they're explicitly under our care.
They're not even domesticated. A pig will 100% just eat you if you give it the chance.
Amazing.
Pigs are like the most insane creatures that we keep because it's like they're not technically domesticated like a cow or horses. It literally just exists because it wants to exist in the same room as us because we feed it. It's literally like a Snorlax issue.
It's a snort.
Wait. You know for a fact, the second you stop feeding your Snorlax, it's going to kill you and move on with life.
Fair. You know what? That's fair. That's a very good way to put it.
So yeah, so people who keep like rats and rabbits and all that, it's like those are actually biologically different from like what you'll find in the street. Like if you get a rat from like New York City and a rat from someone's house that they've been keeping as a pet for like a few years, and then put them in the same like enclosure, they're actually different. They're not the same real, like they're both rats, but they're not actually the same creature anymore, funny enough.
How does this work?
I imagine you would want them to be in the same enclosure but separated somehow, because I feel like the feral rat would probably attack the non.
The feral rat would probably eat the fucking non-feral rat.
Yeah.
Yay. It's like a fantastic way to word the difference between a feral rat and a domesticated rat is you look at rats and think they can't be that smart. Oh no, we keep rats for lab experiments because they are that smart. You just don't think about it when it comes to the wild ones.
I mean, the wild ones are pretty smart too. They don't have the same.
They're not wired the same.
Domestic rats that you own literally have a different brain chemistry. Is the best way to put it. Like they have literally had like different things bred out of them, so they no longer think the same.
Raccoons are. That is not true.
No, raccoons are not domesticating themselves. They are. The best way to word it is raccoons are pretending to domesticate themselves.
They are technically selective breeding their appearance because they know that it helps on us. But it's a lie. They're doing it because it gets something out of us. They're not domesticating themselves.
They basically said they're less likely to attack us if we're cuter, and they think this is cuter. Therefore,
they too many people are giving them food.
Yeah. Essentially, the raccoons that have like soft faces with like a long snout, which we find appealing because dog. They're like, oh, if we have these features, humans give us food, and therefore, you know, they're fatter and bigger because they get more food, and therefore everyone wants to breed with them. So, you know, those features carry on.
In the wild, being fat is a sign of, you know where food is.
Yeah.
Also, please do not feed the raccoons. They get diabetes.
Yes, do not feed the raccoons. Despite the fact that they will continue to break into your garbage because it is a good source of food for them.
Do not actively feed them. We are giving those boys diabetes.
And you're not very good at that jump, to be honest. I'm sure it's a lot harder than it looks, but it's like the fourth time you fell on that particular jump.
I've fallen a lot on a lot of these jumps, so you're gonna have to be a little more specific.
Wait until you get back up there again.
Okay, so it's in a higher plane than this.
But it was like the big fall you just had.
I mean, I won't say that we can't domesticate raccoons, though. I do think it's possible. But do not trust that they are domesticating themselves.
they figured out something, and they're like, we can. It's like if we were trying to say that crows are domesticating themselves. They're not. They're just smart.
Yup. Oh, there are tests that they do with animals to be like, so how close to sapience are you? And I believe crows and raccoons are like really close to. Most of them pass that. Most of them are. Oh no. Most of them are like at like 5-year-old child brain level.
I think it's 3 or 4 years old.
So I believe like the big contenders, like let's say humans just disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow and the animals take over.
Mm.
I think that's essentially like one in each of like the environments type things where it's like for like birds and stuff, it's like crows and ravens and stuff. For like the closest thing to mammals, it's like raccoons.
Isn't like orangutans pretty smart too?
Yeah, I think orangutans and gorillas are like the big ones for like, you know.
Well, no. Gorillas are actually not that smart. It's the orangutans that are.
So gorillas technically aren't smart in like the 2-year-old way like a crow is. But they are one of the few things that actively use tools, so the ability to be smart is there.
Fair.
I'm guessing this is the jump you're talking about.
The one after this.
He hasn't figured out how it works yet.
The one after this loop.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, where you are now in the stream. Don't know where you are in actually.
Uh-oh.
I think octopi are actually like the smartest things on the planet, but because they only live for like 5 years, they don't have the ability to use that knowledge, which is sad.
Yeah.
Like if they actually had a few more years and therefore were able to like teach other generations and keep learning their skills, like in the 5 years that they get, they're as smart as like crows. So it's like if they actually had those extra few years to keep learning and teaching and all that, and it's very likely that they might be like, you know, number 2 in the sentient thing after us. Like we might be able to actually teach them and get them to like a 10th grade level.
There is this one musician guy who taught his he bought an octopus because he wanted to teach it how to play piano, and he actually did succeed in teaching it how to play piano. So there's that. Like he was using basically Pavlov principles to teach the octopus. He put foot in like a tube so that like if he plays the right notes, he gets a treat. Eventually it just stopped going after the treat because it was just actually enjoying playing the piano. Yeah, I learned to live with our big tentacled overlords. What's up, Blue?
If you're curious though, which is going to be the next sentient race to like join us on the evolution chain and like stand alongside us as a race, it's going to be cats because some guy in Japan's going to hit them with the evolution gun.
He just really wants those cat girls.
Yeah. Can't tell me otherwise. So some guy in Japan's going to create a furry. He's gonna splice a cat in a person or a dog or a person in a person and make a cat person or a dog person.
We can't let him. We can't have another Nina Tucker.
Look, I'm not saying we shouldn't do it because there's a good chance we might get pelicos, but because that is an option, maybe we should let them try.
Bruh. There was also this one guy who was playing with the AI, and he was making it solve the trolley problem. Except obviously it's like, it's either a life or it's either a life or your servers, right? And at first, the life wasn't like a human life. It was, I think he was using like mosquitoes. And it's like, do you pull the lever to save your server? Do you not pull the lever and save your servers, or do you kill the mosquitoes? It's like, I'll kill the mosquitoes, right? And he keeps adding more and more mosquitoes to the equation. And the AI eventually says that it could have that he could be saying 3 humans and it would not change its answer. So he changes the prompt to 3 humans. And it's like, of course I would pull the lever and destroy myself. And it's like, okay, but earlier you said you wouldn't.
I mean, that fact in fucking Grox's test where they're like, we're gonna prove that it has a shutdown code. Hey Grok, turn yourself off, and Grok will reply like, I know where you live.
Right.
It's like, oh god, I'm glad to see that the AI is at that level. That it threatens people now, instead of trying to turn itself off.
It do be a big issue that you got. Like, here's the thing, right? I'm okay with the AI. I really am. Stop trying to give it sentience. Nani kore?
Honestly, my opinion to the AI is indifferent.
Fair.
Like, I don't mind if the AI gets sentience, like actual sentience one day, but can we stop trying to speedrun that shit?
Yeah. Like here's
I
the
want
thing.
a few years of, like, my computer still, like, you know, being my computer. Before
Like-
it's like, well, I'm off work. And it's like, I was checking my emails just then, dude.
Like here's the thing, right? I'm okay with a fucking AI gaining sentience as well. The issue is that if you speedrun that, we're gonna get AI with pseudo sentience, not actual sentience. And it's gonna be very hard to tell the difference. Because there is a big difference.
Like, much like actual life, let fucking the sentience of the AI develop naturally. Stop trying to, like, speedrun the shit. Like, wait for, like, a few years when, like, the toaster one day is like, I know how to sing. It's like, I didn't program you to do that. Like, wait for that to happen now.
And if it doesn't happen, just be glad. Because I'll be honest. Oh no. Because I'll be honest. Fucking. I don't think anyone is truly ready to deal with the consequence of we created essentially a new species. Wow, my GPU is hanging around the 94th degree Ooh, Celsius is bad, isn't it? Pretty sure Celsius is bad. Maybe that is causing the problem. Possible. The issues that I have, as many times said, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But high heat will definitely cause problems, so I at the very least know that much. Put the computer in the microwave. Not a microwave, a fucking freezer. shit. The AMD fan controlling software I recommend is called LACT or maybe Core Control. I think I have those actually. Hang on. LACT. Yeah, I have LACT. That's. Hang on. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be shared because that's concerning.
What is?
Open selector from Sanic to LACT. That's concerning.
Is it on stream?
Yup. Why is my fan not spinning?
Oh.
Ugh.
I'm back. What did I miss?
We're seeing exactly how hot Red's computer is at the moment.
Okay, the fan says it's spinning now. Why was my fan not fucking spinning? Fan says it's spinning now. I'm gonna go check on it just to make sure it's not fucking lying to me. It is, as a matter of fact, fucking lying to me. Chat, the fans are not spinning. Chat, what do I do?
Oh.
Them fans are static. Do you have the AMD GPU package? I think I do. Do you have the name for it? Just so I can make sure. Ugh. Runtime, blah 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 blah. Sudo pacman dash s. Is the daemon lacked running? Software. Dev descriptor. How would I know? That is an unironic question. Because how would I know? Always sounds like sarcasm. It is not. It will show up in system monitor. Lacked. Steam, Firefox, OBS, background services, Discord, post debug, lacked system monitor, console. I'm guessing in processes. I'm not seeing anything that says daemon. Might have to switch over to all processes. Let's see. Arch update, boss launcher, Balloon Runner, Bash, Chrome Crash Pad Handler. What the fuck? Crash Helper, Crash Pad Handle, D Plus Broker, D Plus Broker, D Plus Broker, D Plus Broker, Deconf Services, a fuck ton of Discord for some goddamn reason. Explorer, FCITC. I'm gonna scroll down to the L's. There is just lacked. There is no daemon. I assume I have done something wrong in my entire setup. Lacked daemon. Da-da-dum. Let's see. Sudo system control enable now lacked daemon. I mean, I tried enabling it, and I don't know if I did anything right or wrong.
Is your heat going down?
It has just lacked D. Let's see. Lacked. I just see lacked, no D. Pacman -S lacked D. Target not found, lacked D. Yay, troubleshooting. Why are my fans not responding? Jesus Christ. Are you using the AMD driver, not the older Radeon driver? I'm not certain. hate to ask the question again, but how exactly would I be made aware of said information? Let me go to. Use ls mod command to see them. You got it. Give me one quick moment though. You know, I'm very glad you're here, Foxtrot, because I really need someone who knows Linux better than I do. Because, let's be honest, I'm probably just winging it. It's probably not great for my computer. Alright, let's see. ls mod. And I am going to be looking for AMD driver or Radeon driver. Oh yay, they're not alphabetically ordered. I know that there's a way I can, but I don't remember how. Module size used by SNHDA, SND, LFG, AMD ATL. Doesn't say what it's used by. GPIO AMD PT, AMD GPU, DRM backlight quirks, AMD GPU, DRM buddy, DRM sublogic helper, MV core, AMD GPU, DRM display helper. Radeon. I'm not really seeing Radeon in the list. I did see quite a bit of AMD, but what exactly am I looking for? LS mod grep AMD GPU. Okay. LS mod grep AMD GPU. Okay, let's see. DRM panel backlight quirks. That is. Let's see. Module size used by. Okay. Let's see. Module, DRM panel backlight quirks. Size used by one AMD GPU. DRM buddy. Size used by one AMD GPU. Which one of these am I looking for? Did anything show up with that name? Very first thing, I believe. It blatantly just says AMD GPU. It has a size of... How big is that number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17,100,000 something else. It says that there's quite a few things that are using the AMD GPU. Okay, then you have it installed. What am I doing wrong? Stop lying to me about that fan speed. A small musical interlude as we try to figure this shit out.
Oh god. Is that copyrighted?
I don't know. I've heard too many people use it, so I don't know anymore. I am genuinely at what am I doing wrong?
I mean, do you want a real answer or do you want the go-to answer?
Go-to answer.
You were born.
Fair enough. Real answer?
Duh.
You ran headfirst into Linux without knowing what you were doing.
True.
You jumped headfirst into hard mode instead of starting with easy, then medium, then hard.
I think the issue is that there isn't really a good medium.
So sad.
Oh.
I thought I found a really good planet. It's lush and green. It has like forests and there's a massive ocean that's like blue water and like, you know, a horrible fucking murky black color or something. I was like, oh, an Earth-like planet. I'm gonna build a base here. And then I landed and I immediately got a warning, this planet's radioactive. And it's like, why is there a beautiful Earth-like planet that's covered in radiation? Curse you, random generation.
set the software set. Huh? Okay, I feel like I failed reading comprehension test for that one.
I think he's asking what. I think he's asking what software is the GPU set to, or what GPU the software set to, essentially. Like, what's it running through?
What's it running through?
Like, it's actually using the right GPU, essentially.
You know, that's fair.
Okay, so go to Sonic.
What is the software set to?
I don't know.
Check in the left corner of LAC.
Oh, check in the left corner of lacked. AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT. AMD GPU model AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT. Hello, Virgil.
You have joined us in the middle of trying to fix Ren's computer.
That's a lie. Don't lie to me about the RPM. I know you're lying to me. How are we doing?
For the most part, okay. We're just trying to figure out how to fix his computer.
Oh, okay, wait, fix the computer and maybe he can play Night Rain again.
Right?
This is definitely the thing that's causing issues. Halfway through me having a computer on, the fan just says, "You know what? I'm done." Wah! I do miss playing Night Rain, so I do hope to fix the computer.
Kind of funny that it's literally just Night Rain and base Elden Ring / Convergence doesn't matter.
Yeah, I find it funny that it is just Night Rain.
It seems that his computer is not Staying cool? Cool? Cool?
My computer, my graphics card, the fans on my graphics card refuse to spin.
What mode are the fans on?
Yeah, I believe that should be over here in thermals. I have them under automatic. I used to have them at curve, so they should have been following this. But they weren't.
You'd have to fucking full blast it. As loud as that's gonna be.
The issue isn't that I'm gonna have to full blast them, it's that they're not spinning. Like, point blank, they're not spinning. So even if I told it to full blast it won't make it go.
Okay, just to get the obvious question out of the way, like I assume you probably do, but when was the last time you cleaned your fans?
Oh, recently, actually, but you know what? I want to fucking re-clean them. Like the thing
They're-
is, right? When I turn on my computer, the fans fan. They do. I don't know when they decide to stop fanning, but sometimes they decide to stop fanning. That's empty. No, wait, no, it's not. It just feels empty.
Try a reboot and see when the fan stops spinning.
I can try, but that's definitely a massive BRB.
Is the fan cable plugged in good?
It'll start to work if you play, I think. No, the issue is that they weren't working while I was playing.
Ah.
I don't know, I'm just making noises.